So now we are going to start our practical sessions of openoffice.org base. So our practical session starts from session number 2, create and edit tables using wizard and SQL commands. So first of all we will see how we can create database using openoffice.org base. openoffice.org base is an open source RDBMS, means it is a free software and it is openly available. You can see the code also, you can edit the code also. There are so many programmers who combine together and create these types of softwares called open source. Its code is totally open and it is free also. So it is an open source RDBMS, relational database management system. So first of all we will see how we can open or start openoffice.org base. So we will click here on Windows button and from all programs we will select OpenOffice and from here we will select OpenOffice base. This way we can open OpenOffice base. So here we have opened OpenOffice base. One more method is using the desktop. Click here, we'll click on database and it will open openoffice.org. okay, or one more method is there which is a very easy method. Using Windows also we can do this. Windows plus R, run, and we can type sbase and we can click on OK. It will open openoffice.org base. So we saw how we can open or start openoffice.org base. Now second topic is how to create a new database or open an existing database. Database consists of so many tables. Multiple tables combined together create a database. For example, if I have a very big book, very thick book, and in that book I can create multiple sheets having multiple tables. Likewise, we can create a database which will have so many tables. Tables are actually the building blocks of a database. For example, your school's register is having month-wise tables. So this register is actually a database and month-wise tables are tables. So these tables combined together in the whole year create a database. So we will see how we can create a new database or open an existing database. So here you can see whenever we will open openoffice.org base, it will provide us the option what do you want to do. Create a new database or you can open an existing database. If you want to open existing, we click here. So we had so many existing databases, any one we can click and we can click on finish. It will open the existing database. This is one method. Okay, but if we want to open a new database, okay, if we want to create a new database, so we will just click on database. We will select create a new database option. Click on next. And here it will ask you, do you want the wizard to register the database in OpenOffice? Here it will register the database that you are creating in OpenOffice directory, not outside the computer, only in OpenOffice directory, so that OpenOffice Writer, OpenOffice Calc will also be able to utilize it. So right now I do not want to register it for other softwares like Writer or Base or Calc. After a database has been saved, what do you want to do? Open database and edit or create table using wizard. This we will see after some time. So first we will click on open database for editing and click on finish. So this way now it will ask for naming the new database because we are creating new database. So I will name it class 10 and then click on save. So here we have created a new database with the name class 10. Okay. Now next thing is, you saw that I was not getting any error, but you will get error if you are opening it for the first time, because base software database requires Java runtime environment or JRE. If Java is installed in your computer, then only you will be able to use base, otherwise you will not be able to use base. So therefore make sure that JRE, Java Runtime Environment, is installed on your computer, otherwise it will give you error. Whenever you will try to open database or create database, after naming it will give you error. So you have to see if JRE is installed on your computer or not. Now whenever you will save any base document, it will save it with the extension .odb. So by default the extension of OO base database is ODB. Okay. Now next thing we are going to study is components of OpenOffice base window. What are the components of the window of OpenOffice base? So this is the window of OpenOffice base. At the top you can see the icon of OpenOffice, name of the database and name of the software. This is the title bar. Below title bar we have the menu bar, file menu, edit menu, view menu. Okay, these menus are there, it is called the menu bar. Now we have the standard toolbar. These are the tools which are regularly available for us to use it. Okay, this is the standard toolbar. Now we have the database window. This whole is called database window or database navigation pane. In these we will have different objects like tables, queries, forms, reports, and for every object we will have different tasks. For example, for table we are having 3 tasks, for queries we are having 3 tasks, for forms we will be having 2 tasks, and for reports we will be having 1 task. So this is the whole part of the OpenOffice.org base window. Here you will see all the tasks which are available, and here when you will click on tables it will show table, for queries we show queries, for forms we will get forms here, and for reports we will get reports. Okay, so whatever object you have created you will see the names of the object here. Next is steps to create a table using Table Wizard. Okay, this is a topic in NCERT CBSE book. So I just told you about tables. Tables are the basic building blocks of a database. Multiple tables are there in a database. Either one table can also constitute a database, or more than one table can also be there. And you usually store the data in database in the form of table. For example, that school attendance register is a database, and every month you have the names of all the students with their attendance in the form of table. Okay, likewise it is also a database with so many tables combined together. There are basically 2 ways to create a table in OpenOffice.org base. First is creating table in design view, and second one is use wizard to create table. The 2 options are available. First of all we are going to see how we can create a table using the table wizard. Okay, what is actually table wizard? Table wizard is having so many predefined tables. Means tables are automatic, fields are there, every details are there, field properties are previously saved, and you will directly create a table. So if you don't want to spend so much time in creating different properties for the table like field names, different things, you can directly create a table. For example, you are going to create a company, so there are pre-formatted or predefined tables for a company in OpenOffice.org. So you will directly open that. So a table can be created using predefined steps, means there are predefined steps are there, means direct steps are there, and using which you can create a table. Structure you can also create with field properties or whatever things you need. So we will see how to create table using design view with specified field name and properties. Okay, first of all we will see how to create a table using table wizard, then we will see how we can create table using design view. Okay, table wizard gives us predefined tables, means tables which are previously saved, just we have to use them. Let us see how we can do this. So here we have the option use wizard to create table. Click on it. This option comes. Here we have to select the category, business or personal. So we are going for business category. Okay, after that there are so many options available, so many types of tables which are available. So I am going for the option customers. Okay, now in the option customers we have so many options which are available. So address, city, company name, country or region, customer ID, department, email address, fax number, so many things are available. So first I am going for country or region. So I have selected this. I want this to be in my table, so I will click here. It will get selected. Okay, so likewise whatever number of fields you want to take, means columns you want to take, you can take, and then you will click on finish. Okay, so suppose I have used country or region. One more thing, I have used company name. You can see we can select from here. City, I have taken city also, and I have taken email address also. But suppose now I don't want to go for country or region, I will click here and then I will use this one. So these fields I have taken: company name, city, email address. Okay, after setting the properties that you want, you can now finish. So next we will go. Here it will ask for setting the properties of every field: company name, city, email address. You will see one thing, by default field type everywhere will be text varchar, city text varchar, email address text varchar, and length in every one will be 50. You can see 50, 50, 50. So by default when you are creating a table using table wizard, then automatically the field type will be varchar and length will be 50. You can change from here also, or you can change after creation of the table also. Okay, now we'll click on next again, and here it will ask us, do you want to create a primary key? Okay, so you have two options. You can use existing field as primary key. Three fields we selected: company name, city or email address. If any one is there which can be used as primary key, so we will use them. Otherwise we will go for automatically add a primary key. It will automatically itself add a primary key. So I will go for this option, create a primary key. And then last option, again it will ask you to rename if you want. We took predefined table. Now if I want to rename it with my name, so I can go from here, we can change the name of the table. Now we have three more options. What do you want to do next? Means last we are finishing. So you want to insert data immediately after the creation of table. It will open the table and it will ask you to insert data. Now you can modify the table design also if you want. Same thing, for example field properties you want to change the length, so you can do this, or you can create a form also. So we will go for insert data immediately. It will open the table and there you can start inserting the data. So here we have the table. See, we took company name, city and email address. This was not taken by us, but when it was asking for the primary key, we told that you can assign a primary key itself. So now computer has given a primary key. Primary key is very important because it will uniquely identify every data. So for every record we will have a unique value, so that we can distinguish it from other records. So for example I have the ID like this, then we have the company name, suppose Atharv Paints. Okay, then we have the city, for example Gaya, and email address abc@gmail. Okay, next we will again go, then again. Okay, likewise we can insert as many records as we want. So this way we have seen how we can create a table using table wizard. Okay, so the current record has been changed. Do you want to save the changes? Or you can click here and click on save current record also. This will also save the record, or you can click here also, save current record, it will get saved. So whenever you will close, it will not ask you directly, you can close it. Okay, now next thing we are going to see is how we can create table using design view. This option you can also see, create table in design view. So if you want to create a table of your own fields, you want to create yourself, you want to create your own field properties like length or data type you want to give, you can go for create table in design view. So if you want to create table, for example, I want to create table like this. So I want to create a table using design view with these specified field name. Field name means column name. Okay, field name, name, roll number, date of birth, class, phone, email, color, location. I want to go for these data type: varchar, tiny integer, date, character, integer, variable character, varchar, variable character, and length I want to go for 53, date, month, year. This format I want to go for 1, 10, 75, 15, 30. So these field names are specified and the properties are specified, what is the data type and what is the length. So if these things are given and if I am asked to create a table like this, I can do this using design view. So how we can do this, let us see. Okay, so we will open. Here we have the option create table in design view. Okay, here it is asking field name. So first field name is name, and then we have roll number, then date of birth, then class, then phone, then email, like this. Okay, so I have these things written, so I will directly start working. Okay, so field name, first one is name. Okay, and data type is varchar. So by default it will always come varchar. So here we have the option text varchar. Okay, now length it was telling 50, so length is automatically 50. Otherwise if it is a different one, I would have changed it. Next I want to go for roll number. So it was roll, no. Again it is text varchar automatically, but I will go for tiny integer because roll number, tiny integer basically gives a 3-digit option. So I will go for tiny integer. Tiny integer, tiny int. So by default tiny int is 3. Here you can change it also. Next we are having the options of date of birth. So DOB, I will go for DOB. Automatically it is text varchar. Now I will go for date. Okay, so here we have the date and format example is given here, so you can go for the format. So I want to go for date, month, year. So this one is date, month, year, no. So I will go for date, month and year. So our example is here also we have month, date, year, date, month, year. This option is not available, so here we'll change the format DD MM YY. Okay, and then I will click on OK. So here we have date, month, year format. Okay, next we have the class. So I will click here, class. Okay, class I'm going for to give char. Okay, so we have this one, text fix char 50. So instead of 50 the option is 1, so I will go for 1 as length. Okay, next we are having phone, so I will go for phone, and with 4 it was asking for integer. Okay, these are written with me, that's why I'm going directly, you can check it. And with integer the length it is prescribed is 10. Okay, now we have email. Okay, in email they have told to take varchar is automatic, but with varchar they are telling to take 75, so I will change it to 75. Next I am having color. I will go for color, and for color also varchar, but length they have prescribed 15, so I will go for 15. And likewise I will create location also, and for location also here we will go for 30, they have prescribed 30. So now when you will close, it will ask you to save the table has been changed. Do you want to save the changes? So yes. Do you want to name the table? So give a name to the table. Suppose I want to give the name to the table. We have name, roll number, date of birth, class, so we can write here student detail. Okay, and then click on OK. Here now we have one problem is that for uniquely identifying every record in the table, we are not using any primary key. So no primary key is used. A unique index or primary key is required for data record to be identified uniquely in the database. So you can only enter data in the table when one of these structures conditions have been met. Okay, so here it is asking, should a primary key be created now? Yes or no. Might be in future you can do this, or right now you can also. So I will click on yes, and it will itself assign a primary key. This one ID is a primary key. If you remember, using wizard also it automatically gave us the primary key ID. Primary key is very important, that is why it is always asking for primary key. Primary key actually plays a very important role. Whenever you have so many tables and all the tables are connected, then this primary key will be the sole thing which will connect all the tables. For example, if I have a table of the fee detail of the students, I have a table of marks obtained by students in periodic test 1. So in all of these things, name will be same, roll number will be same. So here roll number can become a primary key. So for every table there will be a same roll number. Or we usually go for ID of the student. Every student will have a different ID, unique ID. So whatever table, whatever format we are using, whatever database we are using, if ID we know, we can get detail of the students. So uniquely identify, it will uniquely identify every student in the school. That is why we usually go for primary key. So these very things were there.